Hi Flosstube, and welcome to another video on my channel. I'm Lily at 42 Stitches for anyone who is new. And I'm coming to you live from my living room floor. You can see my kids' toys, and it's not so messy this way, it's messy that way, so that's why we're not filming in that direction. So, since my last video, I have gone back to work from maternity leave, which that always sucks, you know, but it's been going good. I mean, I'm still working part-time, so I really don't have too much to complain about. It's 3 days a week, and then I still get to hang with the kid. Hi, with Amalia. My son is still at daycare all week, just because at 2.5, he needs a lot of play and energy time, and I'm just trying to get used to this new, you know, this new arrangement with 2 kids, that we just keep him there for the rest of the week so that he can get that out of his system and play, because if he's here I might not be able to play with him as much as he really needs. But this one's still little, so she just woke up from a nap and I just fed her, so hopefully she'll just kind of hang out and let me do this video. But yeah, back to work, and not too much stitching time because of it, at least on the days that I work. On the days that I'm off, while she's napping, I usually can fit in some time, but it just sort of depends on the day and what else needs to get done, obviously. Although this week she has started going to bed at 8 o'clock when her brother goes to bed, and slept the whole night, 2 nights in a row now. I mean, she's been sleeping the night for, like, you know, since 2.5 months, which is a miracle in my brain, because with our son that didn't happen until 6 months. He never slept more than 2-3 hours at a time, so I was so conditioned to expect that, and this is throwing me completely off. I'm loving that I'm sleeping, but this week was the first time that she started going to bed at 8 as opposed to at 10 when we go to bed, so I have those 2 hours at night that I can actually get some stitching in, you know, when I'm not trying to do the daily things that needs to get done. So that's nice, so I get a little bit more stitching time, hopefully, if that keeps up. What else? We're in the middle of Stitch Mania right now. I am not participating in Stitch Mania, because it would make me far too twitchy to have that many things started in one go. I don't think I'm ever going to be able to do Stitch Mania, and that's okay. I'm fine with that. There's also been a ton of videos on Stitch Mania from the people that I like watching, and I just can't keep up with them. Way too many, and you know, I'm sorry that I can't watch your videos, guys, but I just can't. It's too much. But I am cheering you on and applauding you from the sidelines. Today's what, May 18th, I think, so if you're doing the first 15 days only of May, then you're done. Yay! If you're doing more throughout the month, then carry on. So I'll watch some videos here and there, but I've not been able to keep up with all my subscriptions. There's no time, and sorry, it's not priority. Priority is stitching. So if I have some free time, I'm stitching, which I sometimes watch Flosstube when I'm stitching, but most of the time it's, you know, at night with my husband, and we're watching TV and catching up on our DVR stuff. So it just sort of depends. Actually, I watch a lot of Flosstube when I'm cooking. But even then, it's not a lot, and the noise sometimes, and I can't watch when I'm doing things, so that's enough about that. Oh, and that was one big thing I wanted to make sure I got into this video. So the last video, I had said that we're going to do the giveaway, because I reached 500 subscribers, and I don't have the magazine up here right now that I'm giving it away, but look at my previous video if you want to remember what it was. And there's still time. I forgot to give you guys a time frame. So let's say until the end of this month. You can get your comments in on the previous video if you want to be entered, and then at the end of the month I'll do the drawing and then send it on its way. So I think I've covered everything else in the previous video. 18 and older. It doesn't have to be just in the United States. I'll post it internationally. I don't mind that. Got my hair all down. I almost never wear my hair down because it just gets in my face and it bugs me, but we are entering the 3-month postpartum great shed, which sucks. So much hair falling out in the shower. So I'm kind of trying to just enjoy the thick lusciousness while I can, because it's all going to go away. I'm going to feel like I'm balding. I remember from last time it sucked so much, so I'm kind of just enjoying it while I can. You know, until it really starts bugging me today, and then I'm going to pin it back because it just gets in my face and bugs me. Okay, we'll get right into the whips. Since the last video, I think I had just a very small start on those bird silhouettes from Vicky Designs on Etsy. And I finished all 4 of them in like, I think 8 days. They were such an easy stitch. This was right before I started back at work, so I still had a fair amount of time. And I mean, they're just, you know, 1-2 color of solid sections. So I think, so let's see, which one did I start? I think this was the one I had started first. So you probably had only seen, I think maybe it was like either a third or 2/3 done by the time you guys had seen it. It probably had like some leaves in the beginning of a bird's. Whatever it was. Anyway, here it is finished. And you see I haven't even washed it yet or, you know, gotten the hoop creases out of it or anything like that. I don't know, this Ada, as you can see over here, has like a little mark here, and a couple of the other ones have some marks. At the time, I guess I just didn't really pay that close attention to what I was doing when I had first cut these materials and started it, which was a number of years back at this point when I had come back to Connecticut, and I just kind of started poking again at cross-stitching. Not like in the past, you know, year or so where I've really gotten back into it. So, I mean, I think when I frame it and all that, it's not going to show too much because it is kind of on the edge, so hopefully that'll be under the frame. And if not, if it shows a little bit, I mean, I'm not that concerned over it. So that's one. They're so cute, and I love the colors. And I'll try and show them all together. And this is the other one I was just showing you. This was actually a different color in the pattern. This was all shades of blue. The birds were, I think the birds were like a darker blue and the tree was lighter blue, but I just swapped it out because all the other ones have 2 different colors for the branches and for the birds. And then I had, I had another bird that was already blue, so I didn't want 2 of them to have blue birds. I wanted them all to have different colored birds. So I went for different colors here. It's sort of a blue-gray for the branch and a bright yellow for the birds. I think that came out pretty nicely. This is the other blue one. So I already had this one, and I didn't want another blue bird. And the last one with the cherry blossoms. Now I contradict myself a little bit here because the bird is pink and the flowers are pink, and I didn't want the other one to be blue and blue. But this one has the branches in that sort of brown color that breaks it up a bit, so I kept it like that. So I don't know if I could do all 4 of them together. Maybe. So I'm going to try and I don't know the order yet, but I'm going to frame them in 4 different frames like that and put them on my my little girl's room in the wall. A wall in her room. I can speak English, I really can. Although she doesn't have a room right now, as I've probably mentioned a few times, because we are trying to sell the house. And we're finding ourselves once again in the possibility of that really happening and soon, which is awesome. The only problem is we haven't really been looking for houses. So now this all happened last night, so now I didn't even sleep much last night because of this. I'm freaking out because I'm thinking, oh my god, I'm going to be homeless with 2 children. Which of course is not true. We just, you know, worst case scenario, get a hotel and just store our stuff somewhere we have time if we actually go through with this and all that. We don't have a contract in place yet or anything, but it's looking promising. But we just don't have anything set up. And even when I look online, you know, on Zillow and MLS and all that, there's some things, but I feel like there was so much more last year that we had seen and really wanted. So I'm freaking out a little bit internally. I'm excited because finally selling this house and you know, getting another room for her and a little bit more room for all the toys. But I mean, there's always stress with real estate, right? So the birds were done. Let's move on from that. Hi. Yeah, you got the hiccups, don't you? The birds are all done for this little girl. And I'm not going to bother washing and ironing them and framing them until we actually get settled into a place where I can put them up. And that's alright. See, there's more over here, like on this one, little dots of random schmutz that just won't come out. It's like it's really in there. But it's all on the edges at least. None of it really like is in the middle part, which is fine, I guess. If anything, it might just come out a little bit on the edge of the frame. Like that one, you might not even see this one very well, but there's like a little bit right up here. That one might show up because I'm only going to turn about that much for framing. But, I mean, you really can't see it unless you're looking for it. They'll still look cute. So, those are those. Then I went back to the Coffee Quaker by Heartstring Samplery. Everyone knows this. I'll show it to you anyway, just in case you're new on the block. Now this one I had started April 1st. I think I actually started the day before, so March, what is March? 31, so 31st. And Heartstring Samplery, Coffee Quaker. First I drink the coffee, then I do the things. All I've done is drink the coffee this morning. I have not eaten anything else, so that is the first thing on my list after I get done with this video. I'm hungry. Never get between a Portuguese woman and her food, man. So, I had started that technically the day before, but basically that was an April 1st start, which is what the Coffee Quaker sale start date was. And I worked it a lot of April. Oh, I should probably take it out of the package. And then I put it aside for a little bit just because, you need a break from them every once in a while and do some other things. Can't remember if I went straight from this to the birds or if I had done, I think I had finished the Moscow Square on my Travels Through Europe sale, the free sale from DMC Portugal. Either way, I stopped this one for a little bit and then went into the birds. But then I started up again because I really want to try and get it done by the end of May. I'm hoping I can do it. It might not happen. It might take into a little bit of beginning of June, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. And here is where we are right now. Oh no, I should have gotten something for the back. Here, let's try this. Let's see if that works. So, I had gotten, I don't remember where I had stopped last time I showed this to you guys, but, oops. I know towards the last couple of motifs I did was all of this and here. And have I switched some colors around yet? Well, I mean, this one I know I switched. So this was supposed to be, and you can't even see it, but there's still some of it left in here. I had this whole motif done in this DMC color, which also I don't remember right now, but it's whatever the caramel corn conversion to DMC was, and it's just, you can't even see it on this linen color. So I decided to do something else. So I put it in the green that is called for, just because, and I'll bring out the picture, but where they had the green, it was like two spots over here, and I thought, well, let's balance it out and put this guy here. And I have plans for this now too. This, maybe I'll show it to you in the picture. It might be a little bit easier, but I'm switching just a couple of the colors around. I am sticking to the DMC colors that are called for in general, but some of the motifs I'm changing them around. So I kind of going to keep working up along here and then try and finish it up right there. I'm really loving how it's coming along, but I've had to frog a lot on this particular one just because haste makes waste, people. I know my time is limited and there's so many things that I want to do, and I think I am rushing through this a little bit too much. Not just this one, but a couple of them, of the other whips that I'm doing. And I'm rushing them because I want to get them done so I can do others, but then I end up finding errors and I have to frog everything. So it's, that precious little time I have is lost anyway. So I should just take time and do it right. And enjoy the process, which I do enjoy the process. I'm not, just rushing to get the finish and get the finish done. And that's the only part that makes me happy of cross-stitching. I like the process, but I think just the mentality that I'm in right now with the 2 kids and going back to work and, you know, possibly at the house and all the things I want to do, I'm just rushing it too much and not enjoying it. So I'm trying to remind myself to slow it down a little bit and just actually enjoy the piece. And if it doesn't get done in time, it's not the end of the world. At least that's what I'm telling myself. I still really want it done. So let me go back to the picture here just to point out some of the color changes I'm going to do. And hopefully it's kind of visible. So this is showing, not that this is not stitched in the DMC equivalents that I'm using, but you can still kind of get the feel for it. So as you can see here, these are the 2 colors that I am omitting. And I did this one in the green, so we only have the green here and up here. That's where it was. So I figured let's balance it out by doing another green here. And then this red is only used here and here, so I figured we need to put the red over here somewhere. But I didn't want to do this whole piece in red because I feel like that's just going to be too much red. It's too large of a piece. So I'm going to make the bird red, which the bird is a dense one, so it's still going to draw attention. You know, it's more dense than this one, but it's still, you know, it's going to draw attention here. But not as much, I think, as this large piece is going to be. So I think that's going to create a nice balance of those reds right there. So then I could do this color on this motif. Or I might switch these two. So I might do that color on here. Or no, that's not what I wanted to do. I forget what it was. Somehow I decided that this is going to actually be this color here. I think these might be the same colors, and then these would have just ended up being 2 large pieces that were of the same color, and I didn't want that. So I pulled this one here. I think this one's hazelnut, and I decided to put it over here as well. So I mean, it's still kind of close, but they'll be far enough away, I think, to create a nice balance in the piece. So I'm really liking this one in the green, and I like how that's going to be, you know, 1, 2, 3, a nice balance there. This red, 1, 2, 3, a nice balance there. And then I think that'll be a good balance right there. That's the plan. I did end up frogging most of this because I had done, I think, probably up until about this point here, so a little bit past the halfway mark. And I've ripped out most of it. I think it's just this part up here that's really left to go. When I had to frog some of the other motifs, I was like, all right, let's just keep at it. Sucks, but let's just do it. And I think my hoop was in the way, so I couldn't finish that piece up, but it's off the hoop now, so before I start it up again, I'll probably finish ripping that part out and then move forward. So that is the Coffee Quaker sale, and I got notes here, so that's why I'm looking down. Sorry. Okay, so then I moved on to my stocking project for my son. So that's Santa Train Stocking by Stony Creek. I still really want to get this done by Christmas. I keep going back and forth in my brain thinking of, yeah, I can totally still get it done, and also, no, this is never going to get done. So if it does, awesome. If it doesn't, again, not the end of the world, but I've been posting progress photos on my Instagram account, so if you follow me on Instagram, 42_stitches, I think is what it is, something like that. You can see the progress from the past couple of days. I've been doing this one, I picked it back up on Sunday or Saturday, I think it was. Something like that. So I'm going to work it until this Sunday. And then I'll stop and move back to the Coffee Quaker to try and finish that up as much as I can. But I've done a lot of progress on this. So, last time I showed it to you guys, I definitely didn't have any of this brass in here. There's some down here, there's some out here, over here, because I didn't have that particular Gliss and Gloss blending filament when I had started this bottom piece. So I had left all that out. But I got it a while back, but I hadn't really touched this piece in a while, so since I picked it up again, I filled in all of that brass, some up here, up in here, finished the top and this part here, I think, and this was missing too. I finished this guy back here with all of his coal, which was really nice, and all of this bottom bit here. And this whole train was, just this morning I started working on a little bit of the bottom of the next cart, which has the Christmas trees. And this cart is mostly just DMC, no blending filaments. So I could probably get through it pretty fast, because I got through this guy pretty fast, and the only blending filaments was in the windows here, and even really the coal with the blending filaments, now that I kind of got the rhythm of using it, and I got some thread heaven, which helps. It goes a little bit faster, but if it's just pure DMC, I definitely go a lot faster. So by Sunday, maybe I can get a good portion of this tree cart finished. I don't think I'll completely finish it, but if I can get, you know, 2/3 of it done, I'll be pretty happy with that. So let's see, compare. Can't really get, there we go. So you can kind of see the trees in that silver cart after the one that I just finished. If I can get that guy done, it's pretty good. What does that put me at? That's like almost halfway through the cross stitching. Almost. It's a little bit more than 2/3, I think. Maybe it's 2/3. 2/3 to a half done if I can finish that card. But there's still all the back stitching to do too. And then I gotta actually finish it, you know, FFO it. By Christmas, fingers crossed. We'll see how that goes. So I'm pretty happy with that guy. Keep working him until Sunday, see what we can do, and then switch, like I said, to the Coffee Quaker and try and get that guy done by the end of the month. I also still have the Travels Through Europe piece that I want to finish. The next block is London, which looks really cute and adorable. So maybe, actually, do I do that next maybe and get it out of the way? Between the two, maybe I will do that one, because that one's usually pretty quick, and then I'll leave the end of the month to finish up the Coffee Quaker. Coffee Quaker? What am I, from Long Island? And if I can at least do the actual London square, that would be great. I don't have to actually bother with the border. I can always do the border later on that I added to it. And I'll be happy with that, because then that, maybe I can do that in like 4 days or so if I really have at it. And then that'll give me still about a week's time, I think, before the end of the month to try and finish up the Coffee Quaker as best I can. So that'll be the goal. June, I want to start the Siren in the Shipwreck, Mirabilia. And I have everything for it, so it's not like I have to get anything. It's ready to go. And it's a nice summer piece, you know, the beach, mermaids, makes sense. But we'll see. We'll see. If I can finish the Coffee Quaker, I'll start the Siren. We'll do that. We'll replace it. Because I can't have too many things going at the same time. Like I said, with like Stitch Mania, it would drive me crazy. So if I can get that Coffee Quaker done by the end of the month, or if it takes me, you know, through the first week of June, as soon as I can finish that, I'll start the Siren. So I can just replace it. I'll be happy with that. Let's see. Notes. Ba-ba-ba. Yeah, and for the stocking, so I had some other plans for the year. But again, to get that stocking done, I might have to cut some things out. There was the Autumn in My Garden chart that I have, Nora Corbett, which I really like, and I was going to start that in the fall, September. But maybe I hold off on that. And then I also wanted to just try ordering one of her Bewixing Pixies. Raven is really cute, and a couple of other ones I really like. But I was only going to try one, obviously, not all of them this year. But I was going to start that also like October to November time frame. Excuse me. But since I don't even have that chart, that one's definitely an easy one to cut out for the sake of getting that stocking done. I do have the chart for Autumn in My Garden, and I probably have all the DMC floss for it. I don't think it calls for anything other than DMC, which would make it a quicker stitch as well. I just don't have any fabric for it. So we'll see. Sometime midsummer, towards the end of summer, if I think I can still fit it in and get the stocking done in time, I'll order some fabric for it and go ahead and try and do that one. The Bewixing Pixies will have to wait. But they might both get cut out if I don't think that stocking's getting done in time. So, or maybe I'll say, oh well, I'm still going to do these and, you know, stocking be damned. No, I can't say that. It's my son's stocking. I can't say that. But it'll get done eventually. What else? So I've gone through that. Oh, that's kind of it for whips. That's good. And future plans, that's good too. I have just a tiny addition to my stash. I was at Michael's or AC Moore or something. They always have those coupons, and I swung by, and I always look at their charts. And ours is not really well stocked with charts. It's nothing really that nice that I like. But they had one that I thought was really nice this time around, and I went for it. It was only, it says $10.95 on here, but I'm sure I had like at least a 40, if not more, % coupon on it. So let's say it was $5 for all intents and purposes. So it's also Stony Creek. Live, laugh, love. Live every moment, laugh every day, love beyond words. And I just thought that was a really nice piece to stitch up and post, probably hang it in our new home. It's a good little family motto, I think. And it's got like a little mini version of it too, which I also like. I would only do one, probably that one for the house. Maybe if I find another spot, or maybe that would be a nice gift for somebody. And I don't know about the towels, embroidered towels, but I do like these motifs, or whatever we want to call them, as well. And maybe I'll find another use for them. Probably not towels. Maybe towels. Probably not, but maybe towels. So it was a nice little piece for $5. That was a nice addition, I think. And like I said, it would make a nice little family motto and post it in our new home. I'm sorry if I keep clearing my throat and coughing. Once again, we are all getting over a cold, because that's what happens when you have small children. And so it's just a little cold still lingering. And then for Mother's Day, my husband gave me a year subscription to Just Cross Stitch, so that'll be coming, which is exciting. He did that for me, I think last year for Christmas or something, also Christmas or my birthday, and that was nice. And if in the bag that he gave me this gift, which is not tangible at the moment, he just threw in The World of Cross Stitching magazine. Which issue is this one? I don't know. Does it even say on here? It must say it on here somewhere. Alright, I'm not going to waste your time looking for it, but it was whatever was in the store at the moment. And it's already got things I want to do on here. Of course there's stuff in here I want to do. So there's this guy right here. As I said in my last video, I adore lilacs, which are all fading away outside right now. They were lovely while they were out there, but lilacs are like that. They are only blooming for a brief moment, so you gotta enjoy them while they can. I think there's something very profound about that, actually. And this piece is really nice. I gotta see if the measurements on this match or are close enough, because I know the other ones aren't quite the same. The other flowers that I had shown you guys in my last video from the Maria Diaz book that I had gotten, there was 4 flower pieces, so I don't know if this would be a nice addition to it. I'll have to see if maybe that can become also part of that series that I was hoping to stitch up and post somewhere around the house eventually. Why do I keep saying post? Wow, I've been spending too much time on Facebook, huh? Hang in the house somewhere. The one where there was a big poppy, a tulip, and there was one more that I can't remember right now. Was it dahlia, maybe? I do love dahlias, too. But I'm wondering if that lilac would be a nice addition to that series, and if the sizes all work, then that might happen. Well, I mean, this piece will happen anyway, but I'm just wondering if it's going to be finished up with those and kind of place them together somewhere. So there's that one. There's more in here, but I'm just going to show you the ones that really appeal to me. I love this one. How pretty is that? I think that is gorgeous. Don't know where it's going, don't know when I'm doing it, but it's happening. That's beautiful. Maybe next Valentine's Day I might give a start to that. And, oh, this one. This is adorable for my son. This one I'll have to do sooner rather than later if I can find some time. But it's either trailers or trains, and you just pick out, you know, the cart that has the name for the letter for their name and put them together. You make a little pencil case out of it or whatever you want. But I do think I'd do a pencil case out of it. He's going to be 3 this September. You know, by the time I get this all stitched up and done, he'll be probably getting ready to go to school. Oh, I don't want to think about that. So fast, guys. So fast. But yeah, so do that with his name. I think that would be cute. And he happens to have a 4-letter name, well, nickname, that would fit nicely on a piece like that. His full name's not that much longer, but I don't want to make this like, you know, a giant pencil case. And I'll do the trains, I think, not the truck. Well, maybe I'll do one of each, but I'll start with the train at least. Hi, okay, I'll get you in just a second. I know you've been very good. And here's the last one that I don't actually want to do the whole Afghan, and apparently they've been doing it in 3 parts, so the magazine before this one, the issue before this one, had a couple, and the issue after this one's going to have a couple. But the ones that they include in here, and I don't think I can show you without showing the chart now. Maybe if I do it this way. Hold on, let's come in from the top. You'll still see a bit. Okay, there we go. So those 2 come in here, and I like those. The purple and the pink. Those are nice. There's another one on here, but I don't really care for it, so don't have to see it. And then there's a monarch as well, which, oops, kind of got a little glimpse of the chart there, but there it is. So they're very pretty. I don't know what I would do with them, but it's just nice charts to have if I ever feel like I need to have a butterfly for something. No plans right now, but just nice that they're there. And a bunch of other things that are in here that are really nice. The magazine also came with a little card. It's all kitted up, which is cute. Don't know what I'll do with it, but it's there if I feel like I need to make one and send it to someone. I know, baby. I'm sorry. Hold on. And it also came with a Joan Elliott chart. Elegant Countess. It's a luxury chart, apparently. There you go. I don't know. She's fine. I probably would prefer the Mira ladies. And not that I'm one to like chart a whole bunch of those fancy ladies, but she's definitely Mirabilias definitely have more of my style. I think if I was to do a couple of them. Look at that face though. I like the face and that hat. The hat's pretty cool with the feathers in it. So we'll see. She's nice. I don't see myself doing her. I'd rather do something like I said from the Mirabilias if I was going to do a fancy lady. Like at the Met, that's a nice one. Sabrina's a nice one too, so we'll see. So that's all I got, guys. Hope everyone is doing well. Hope you're getting in a lot of stitchy time. I gotta go eat something. And I'm gonna go play with this little girl, and I'm gonna go outside and go for a stroll because it's gorgeous out there. And I'm gonna stitch. So everyone, keep it on, and I will see you soon. Bye.